And there was me getting all excited at the prospect of playing another RPG. Sounds like one with a name like Quest, doesn't it? The European title, Holy Magic Century, is even more fantasy fiction-esque. As it happens, Quest 64 from the N64 is a JRPG, as is the 2000 Game Boy Color game Quest Brian's Adventure. However, Fantasy Challenge is essentially a Dig Dug ripoff, without any of the fun monster inflating stuff that one had. Here, your aim is to dig your way around these underground areas to collect diamonds without getting caught by the monsters chasing you. You've little to no defense against them except this highly ineffective bubble wand. I'll go into that in a minute, or to dig underneath these heavy chests and hope the monsters get splattered by them. It doesn't even matter if you do kill stuff, as they'll just immediately respawn anyway. There's a pervading feeling of unfairness surrounding Fantasy Challenge. Monsters move faster than you, even on the easiest difficulty setting. On hard, they possess twice your speed, and will follow the paths you make pretty ruthlessly. Every now and then they will take a different path at an intersection, but chances are you won't have made any intersections. The best bet to clear a stage is to simply make a beeline for the jewels and collect them as quickly as possible without deviating from your path. If you manage to crack open a treasure chest, there are some other things inside. It's something like every 1 in 4 chests actually has something, and you don't even need these to beat a stage anyway, so I absolutely wouldn't bother, unless you care about high scores for some reason. Worse than that though, every 5 stages you'll come across a 1v1 boss fight. Well, I say fight. If you and the boss touch each other, you immediately die. Their attacks are pretty fearsome, and while you are technically armed, the problem is you now have to use your weapon, whereas before you could just run around and not use it. Going back to this bubble wand, try actually using it to hit the enemy, I dare you. It is one of the poorest designed projectile weapons I've ever seen in gaming. You'll fire this bubble-looking thing out, but it doesn't go straight forward every time. Sometimes it does, and this inconsistency is probably the most frustrating thing about it. Not only that, but you don't have infinite ammo. The bubble will sort of bounce around, and you either need to catch it or wait for it to disappear to be able to fire again. It doesn't seem to do much anyway if you do hit your shot, and trying to navigate the limited area without getting touched while also trying to reclaim your bubble, it's just a nightmare. Graphically, this is absurdly bad for Game Boy Color, just terrible. Bland blocks of textureless nothingness, unintelligible sprite designs, and really no imagination or variation in the levels. The sound is grating and more than irritating. All told, this is just a miserable experience from start to finish. What's weirdest, and what I'm really struggling to comprehend, is that Sunsoft were involved with this. It falls so far below any of their usually pretty high standards. One of the worst Game Boy Color games so far, for sure.